Welcome back to Reddit from Reddit. Today we're looking at the AskReddit. What's a job that will probably never be taken by robots? OP over here trying to figure out his career. What's the easiest way to make $1 million? Start with $1 million and invest it. Sperm donor. Sperm synthesis? Sperm collector, on the other hand. Outstanding move. Human slave, cheap representative to robot overlords. If people are the ones who program the first overlords, they will replace the HSCR position ASAP with an AI and tell us that it's for the best. Aww, it thinks it has rights just because it's sentient. How adorable! Supreme Leader Amped Alarm. I would say crap posting on Reddit, but then I met Bobby B and realized how worthless we are. Sub Simulator is frighteningly amazing. Bobby B is pure sentience, though. He could have lingered on the edge of battle with the smart boys, and today his wife would be making him miserable, his sons would be ingrates, and he'd be walking 3 times in the night to piss in a bowl. Wine! Food critics. Hell, any sort of critic who deals in subjective taste. It's bloody raw, said GordonBot 9000 after scanning the lamb. Human footstool. Sure, you could have a robot footstool, but would its digital shame satisfy your list for dominance in the same way organic shame would? Village shrunk. Bender already proved you wrong. Athletes. It wouldn't be nearly as much fun to watch because then they would be programmed for a specific outcome. Are you suggesting that the Pitchomat 5000 was a modified howitzer? Unless robot fighting became a thing. It might already be, so apologies in advance. But part of the fun in watching sports is the human error, which makes it exciting and unpredictable. It reminds me of the Nike football advert. Comedian. If it's difficult for a neural net to get anything about humans right, it'll be our humor. It's transient, often not even transferable between cultures, etc. Notable exception, crappy robots. I'm imagining a robot sitting on a stage doing a ventriloquist act with a doll he calls Chip, as in microchip. How do you know semiconductors are the dumbest constituent component within all of us? Because they are doped. I am funny bot. Choir teachers in Marquette, Michigan. What about Auburn, Michigan? Politician. Ain't nobody letting robots delegate between countries. That's what they said before John Quincy adding machine. He struck a chord with the voters when he promised not to go on a killing spree. They do a better job. Therapy. You really just can't replace human-to-human interaction when someone needs help. Robots won't feel right when talking out how you feel and want to say. It just won't. I point to Eliza. When it was first written, the computer scientists found people pouring out their troubles, their hearts and souls, to a program that just rewords your last sentence into a question. Professional cuddler. Human touch releases oxytocin. I haven't seen the science on it, but my initial guess is that you don't get the same kind of comfort from a robot. Beautician. AI-generated gossip just wouldn't be the same. Yuck, I hate when people talk to me when I'm getting my hair cut. Please give me a robot any day. Human teachers. Kids need human interaction. I agree. More technology can improve schooling, but you can never replace a teacher. Lobbyists. Society will always have decision makers, so there will always be people who make a living trying to influence them. The only jobs that robots will never do, except for jobs that won't exist anymore, are the ones that revolve around making particularly important decisions, such as being the CEO of a company, politician, etc. They only assist these jobs. But there are some jobs that will never completely be taken by robots, those that are about human interaction, like therapist, and those that are about displaying your talent, like musician. Also, if movie actors are ever replaced, I think it will rather happen via hyper-realistic animation than via robots. Google AI composers and artists. It's pretty freaky. Stories and poetries are also on their way. I can also see therapy coming up at some point when human-AI interactions are normalized. We find companionship with things like fish. Conversation with bot humans relate to without fear of judgment isn't out of the question. Artisan handcrafted objects like jewels and various decorations, as functional objects have subjective, symbolic, and transient value. The creator enjoys and gets fulfillment from the creating process and the final product. I think a savant, emotional, analog brain will always see value in human art. This will never be made obsolete by automation, even if to some people it's subjectively more perfect. Human opinion, perspective, and commentary, as well as in multimedia, is a pressing force. The artsy, messy, explosive pathways of neurologic origin will forever have a place, even if augmented. This is the one correct answer. Jobs people want to be done by humans. It's like when photography came around. In a way, it automated the portrait, but it didn't kill the art of painting. Accounting. The robots will probably have too much personality. Robots also don't drink enough. Pains me to say this, but politicians. Maybe authors? I don't think robots would be able to write an emotional story, no matter how advanced the programming is. Game development. They can always get enough desperate people to almost work for free for exposure. Getting kicked in the nuts by a horse. Wait, crap. Plumber. In fact, just about all the trades. I was thinking electrician, but plumbers work too. I mean, eventually it could happen, but as long as existing buildings remain, any repair will need a human. A house just 20 years old is different from a house today, and then you have people like me that have done something completely random to it. Psychologists. No robot will ever be a human. You don't need to be a human to understand a human, though. An AI could theoretically understand people better than we do. The soldiers in the anti-robot army when they rise up to kill us all. What people in this thread may fail to realize is that even if there is a critical function that must be human, there are still negative impacts for people in those roles as far as employment and financial stability, so long as we only value individual labor or output. People automated out of their current jobs will compete for those functions. Is everyone going to be able to be an artist, psychologist, etc.? No, but lots more will try. In automation, IT, AI will make each of those jobs so much more efficient that competition will eat up any realistic margins. Human elements can be scaled with video. Telemedicine is already popular in psych and therapy, distance learning across campuses, or pared down to fringe cases, while automation handles routine cases. PayPal did this with bank fraud. Alternatives that are close will be so cheap that the real deal may not be able to compete, the same way junky poor quality hand tools outsell quality ones 10,000 to 1 today. If you think you're safe, you aren't. The only way we make it out is if we use the increases in efficiency to provide for more people to live without working. The people who build the robots. And if not, oh no, they've made themselves too powerful. And that's the end of this Ask Reddit. What's a job that will probably never be taken by robots? Let us know down below in the comments if you have any jobs that you think probably won't be taken by robots. It's probably wrong because robots are going to take over everything. While you're down there letting us know, why don't you hit the like button? Also get subscribed to Reddit from Reddit to stay up to date on our videos, as well as share this one with your friends so that you can all talk about the upcoming robot apocalypse. Thank you for watching this Reddit from Reddit video, and we will see you in the next one.